Final Fantasy XIV, a game that came out all the way back in 2010 and failed to impress players, so they killed the game in 2012 and restarted the journey again in 2013 as a realm reborn with the lessons they learned from their mistakes and took over a huge MMORPG player base. And after their successful launch, now almost 10 years later, in 2023, they had multiple expansions, the latest one being Endwalker. I have been an MMORPG fan for a very long time. I have played World of Warcraft all the way back when Wrath of the Lich King was a thing. I have even played mobile MMORPGs just because of it. I played other MMORPGs like Guild Wars 2, Destiny, Terra, Warframe, Neverwinter, and so many more. I can't even remember all their names right now. I have known about Final Fantasy XIV for a very long time, but my WoW ego kept me away from it, thinking it might not give me the same satisfaction that I had from WoW originally as one of the best MMORPGs. But to be honest, I wasn't wrong. It didn't, but it gave me a lot more than I thought it would. Almost 10 months ago, when me with lots of other players got super excited to the anime MMORPG called Tower of Fantasy during its beta. But it being a gambling game and its predatory in-game mechanic, it upset me cause I knew the game will be focusing more on milking its player base than actually improving the gaming experience. So with the sadness in my heart, I went out to look for new games. It was around the same time I was getting open-minded toward many games like Fortnite, Roblox, and trying out new games to actually try them myself first before deciding they are bad games. So I said, why not Final Fantasy XIV as well? I mean, it does have a free trial version with a huge amount of content, and if it's not fun, I'll just run around as a catgirl for some time, then uninstall it and never think about it again. At least that was the plan. This is almost 8 months later. I have 14 max level class with kinda sorta in-game gear and the rest of them being over level 70. So yeah, things didn't really go as planned, and now I'm addicted to it. So I'm here to talk about it. Talk about my addiction for Final Fantasy XIV, why I like this game so much, and why I can't stop. But please remember, whatever I'm going to say, most of them are going to be subjective. So if you don't agree with something, that's totally fine. Well, for starters, of what I like about this game, and which goes without saying, the game looks amazing. And no, I'm not just talking about the characters, I'm talking about the game as a whole. The open world design, the mobs, the design of the bosses, even the dungeons and raids, the platforms you fight on are fabulous. Music, well, that's on another level. Every main city, open world, trial, dungeon, raid music is amazing to listen to while you are tryharding in a raid or just chilling in open world. Even though I would say Shadowbringers patch had the best theme song out of all the others, but that's probably just me. The main story is also really good. I know there are a lot of MMORPG players who are not a big fan of following the lore, which is fine by the way. I do agree that lores in games should be optional for the player to follow or not. But the lore of the game is really awesome in my opinion. And for those who likes to follow small stories beside the main story, trust me, there are a lot of them. Every class has their own class story quests they need to follow, and some of them have more story even after you're done with it. But it's all up to you if you want to do the quest and follow the lore deeper or not. Voice acting is amazing. There are 4 languages that are available in game: English, Japanese, German, and France. There are some amazing voice actors who did the voices acting, and they did an amazing job. But despite of all that, what is more important? To me, the most important thing is actually the gameplay. Looks don't matter if the game is good. I mean, look at RuneScape. And then look at, I don't know, Bless Unleashed. One has a million players every day, and the other one is about to shut down its servers for the thousandth time. But I digress. So the gameplay is awesome. I am mostly talking about PvE. Now we don't talk about PvP. The game does a really good job slowly introducing dungeon mechanics for each role. The first few dungeons, or duty, what we call them in Final Fantasy XIV, are really helpful for each role, tank, healer, DPS, to get used to their role and their classes, as every class has their own leveling process. And then the endgame content is also great. It always keeps things challenging. If you're a casual player, your endgame won't be as extreme, but still will be hard enough that will require your focus. And if you're a sweat, there are extreme and ultimate version of the same endgame that you can do and truly challenge your skills. By the way, I do consider myself a casual player. But if you're not into dungeon and raid, you have crafting. Lots of crafting and gathering actually, and they're just as important in this game. You can go in-game raids with your crafting gear. They are on that level. If you don't want to spend 100 runs to get that one piece that just doesn't want to drop. But if you're not even into that and just want to hang with friends, trust me, you can do that as well. Heck, main hubs are filled with people like that. You can just log in, sit there, chat with people for however long you want. There are also people who does roleplay. I'm not into that, so I wouldn't know much about them. Speaking of people, the player base of Final Fantasy XIV is very nice. Most of them are actually very nice people. The reason I'm saying most of them because it's an MMORPG, there's always going to be that one jerk among 100 players. Or maybe someone is just having a bad day, who knows. Let's talk about progression a little bit. Every player has their own progression that they follow. If you take a break for a month or two, even years, when you come back, for you, the game will be exactly where you left it. Even though I did say we don't talk about PvP, let me tell you, your gear don't matter in PvP. It's fixed number in PvP, so once the game gives you access to PvP, you can join immediately and won't feel underpowered at all. But back to PvE. According to the game, as long as you meet the minimum gear score, you are fully capable of running that content. So yeah, with all that, I guess now you guys understand why do I like this game so much. Please understand, I'm not big enough to get paid to say something, and personally I'm not trying to butter up anyone. I'm just trying to share my true thoughts on this game. Also, I guess in a way, it's my invitation video for my future releases, because I will be making some guide videos for beginners for Final Fantasy XIV, but before I make that, I just wanted to gather a crowd and tell them that yes, I do know enough about this game to help new players get started. The videos will be focusing on brand new players, not just players who are new to Final Fantasy XIV, but tap targeting games in general. So I'll try my best, and I hope you guys give it a try, both my videos and the game. So yeah, with that, I guess I have said everything I wanted to. Well, in this video at least. Let's see if I can finally commit to something and make more content for people. Well, be consistent with my content for people. So thank you for watching and listening to what I had to say. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Or you can come to my stream or join my Discord. Link will be in the description. And stay safe, everyone.